As I mentioned before, I really enjoy your comments. I really enjoy asking you questions and see what you guys think. In many things we agree, in many things we disagree. So let's get down to it.
Hi guys and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, we're talking about points, credit, we're talking about points, bonuses, and travel. Why do I need to say that? I would like to say something smarter. Like what's smart about credit cards?
No.
We're talking about points, credit cards, bonuses, and travel. If this is something that interests you, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Bravo.
Did you ever quit your job without a backup plan? No, 62%. Yes, 38%. So congratulations to the 38% that managed to do that at some point in their lives. I've done it, but I was single. I was in my 20s and things was looking like flowers, and I thought that I would be always having money and I didn't have any responsibilities. So I was able to do that at some point in my life, and I'm very happy about it. I would never even think about doing it now. So I typically change jobs every 2 to 3 years, 48%. Only when I get kicked out, 52%. And no, I have to disagree with the majority here. And even though I'm not changing every 2 3 years, like in my current job, I'm a little over 4 years at this point, I would not plan to stay indefinitely. I have got significant bumps before, and in this current job, I got 2 years ago a really nice bump, which was like changing jobs effectively. So that's why I stayed longer. But if I was stuck in 2, 3, 5% merit increases every year, I would not continue. You can get a whole lot more and advance your job and also get more diverse experience by going somewhere else. So yeah, don't get comfortable unless you have to. The collapse of the banks worries me. 51% means nothing to me. 49%. I don't know how it doesn't affect you guys. The 49% that is. So basically half of you are not worried about this. If this trickles down, which already has, if you think that we started with one, now we're down to three, and who knows how many more, this might trickle down to you and whatever your ability is to get loans, and I don't know. It worries me. The credit card game needs immediate update. 65% is perfectly fine where it's at, 35%. And let me tell you, that 35% is very vocal. Last time I did a video, well, 3 videos ago at this point, about the lack of new material to talk about credit cards. And you guys very vocally came to say there's historic heights and that there's so many products coming up. Not necessarily. I understand your point of view. I understand that yes, there's also little tweaks here and there, and there might be historic heights, but there's historic high inflation. Did you try to travel this summer? Did you? I tried to go to Greece this summer, and the tickets right now are about $2,000. Typically, I would find tickets for $1,500 at this time of the year, and if it's winter time, $400 or $500, and that would be it. But not anymore. So when they tell me historic heights and we're looking at 80,000 points for the Sapphire Preferred, for example, that would be very good 2 3 years ago, not necessarily today. That's the minimum they can do. And if you see all the sign-up bonuses right now, they are at the lowest. Look at the credit cards on the airlines, for example, even hotels. They are at the basic level. And in the winter time, when traffic is slow, obviously in tourism, that's when they have all the good offers. And there's not too many new products in the market, in my opinion. The one that is moving a lot lately is Wells Fargo. We did the Wyndham credit cards before. We did the Build credit card. Their personal credit cards, the everyday cards, don't mean much to me. But the Build and the Wyndham credit cards, they seem to be amazing, and I'm happy to see some competition. That and maybe the Venture credit card by Capital One might be the outliers, but other than that, not much going on. Look at what happens with Citi. There's nothing there. By the end of 2023, I expect that the economy will get better, 39%, get worse, 61%. Yeah, it will get worse for sure. I mean, look where everything is going. There's an ongoing war, there's inflation, the interest rates are so high. I don't see how this can continue without going even worse. And I'm afraid of job losses. That's what interest rates mean. They're trying to control inflation by job losses. So hopefully it won't be us, but who knows. When it comes to tech, I always want the latest and greatest, 28%. I keep everything until they break, 72%. I'm somewhere in the middle. I used to keep them until they break. Well, if you go back far enough, you will see me changing every year. And if you go in my recent past, you will see me keeping them until they break. But now I have to change every now and then because I have this channel. I have to be able to shoot videos, edit them. So I'm somewhere in the middle, but there's a good purpose for it. Otherwise, it's a waste of money. Tech changes every year and they make you feel bad for having the old phone because now the camera on the new iPhone is a little bigger, it sticks a little more out, so they know you have the old phone if you don't have that. So research shows that there's no significant gains in happiness with salary over $100,000 individual income. And some of you got very sentimental about this, saying that happiness is not in money. But I can tell you, as somebody that's been in a very difficult position before, happiness is very much connected with money because the lack of it can really affect you. Not only you, but also your loved ones. And if it doesn't affect you personally, and you can say, hey, I can live off chickpeas every day. If you see your child or if you see somebody you love not having what they want, then that will affect you. So yes, money can bring happiness. Now, $100,000 individual income, it's about what I make, and I live in a very expensive area, so it's nothing to be cheerful about, but it does pay all the basics very comfortably. And at least having that set gives me the energy and the passion to continue trying for something better. And if I had this salary living in another state, maybe in Louisiana or somewhere else, I would be a whole lot happier. But it sounds about right to me, to be honest. But it's not the salary that I am looking forward to continue having. I'm trying to go a whole lot more than that. If I had to keep one of these for the rest of my life, it would be the Discovery It 8%, City Custom Cash 17%, Chase Freedom Flex 45%, Amex Blue Cash Everyday 20%, Other Common Witch 10%, and yeah, most of you guys want the Chase Freedom Flex, and I would agree. Math also agrees. Now, individually, this credit card, I don't know, because there's the City Custom Cash, for example, it gives you that 5% and it's flexible. So, yeah, I would probably take the City Custom Cash if I didn't have this in an ecosystem. Within an ecosystem, then the Chase Freedom Flex is by far the better one because you can transfer this, as you know, to many travel partners and get a whole lot more value. So yes, I would get the Chase Freedom Flex within a trifecta, but as a City Custom Cash standalone credit card, I think is much better because it has that flexibility aspect and it's still 5%. I don't need to wait every 3 months to tell me what I need to spend my money on. Now, this was very funny because you guys answered in many ways and you thought they're very expensive credit cards to have for the rest of your lives. The Hilton Aspire 13%, Amex Platinum 33%, Venture X 34%, Sapphire Reserve 15%, City Premier 4%. Yeah, I mean, obviously the game is between the Amex Platinum and the Venture X. Personally, I would go with the Amex Platinum because the Amex Platinum has the customer service that is very important if I have one credit card. The Venture X makes more sense because it's more well-rounded credit card. It's a no-brainer, just one trip a year and you basically make your money back. And what Capital One does is increases the lounges and all the experiences that you can get with the Venture X. So it's bound to get better with time, but at the same time, the Amex Platinum is very far ahead in the game. And I would go with the Amex Platinum every day of the week. Mathematically, though, if you travel and you do use Hilton, Hilton Aspire is a no brainer. Like, if you want to talk mathematically and which one makes the best sense, the Hilton Aspire will always makes the best sense, because if you travel at Hilton, then we've done the numbers before, but the Amex Platinum is the second best credit card for me. The Venture X, very close, third place. The Sapphire Reserve, I wish they changed that at some point, update it. And the City Premier is nothing. I only put City Premier here because they don't have the City what was it? See, I forgot even its name. It's been so long that I had a premium credit card at City that it's getting ridiculous at this point. The best hotel chain for me is Hilton, 38%, Hyatt, 34%, Marriott, 22%, IHG, 4%, Choice, 2%, and I have to disagree with many of you. I love Hilton, 100%. So there's no doubt. I can see Hilton be number one. Personally, I like Hyatt the most. Not only because of the credit card game and the points value that they offer, which is second to none, but I see that even the lowest tier, like a Hyatt place, is at least 1.5 to 2 times better than what every other chain offers. So the baseline is much higher. So I know I'm gonna get a very good experience with Hyatt always. That being said, they only serve 1,000 locations. Hilton is almost 7,000. So there's no doubt that you can get a whole lot more with Hilton if you travel in many odd locations. Marriott, I personally am not crazy about them, so I agree with that. But IHG, I think, is very underrated because they have amazing hotels. The intercontinentals are amazing. They're all over the world. So just 4% for IHG is just way too low for me. So I think that for me personally, it would probably be first place Hyatt, second place between Hilton and IHG, third Marriott, and then fourth Choice. But Choice hotels also don't deserve only 2% because they have many sketchy places, but at the same time, they have many nice places. And they serve incredible amount of locations. I'm missing Windham here, which is why I did the Windham video after this question. You guys commented on it. But we're gonna see about Windham later in the future. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it. Let me know how you like these questions. What other questions would you want me to ask? What kind of questions? Do you want to stick only in financials, or you want to extend into other sectors too? Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, ciao.